Hi, my name is Delmarshae Walker, and I want to say welcome to my channel. I just want to touch on a topic that I've been seeing lately when it comes to relationship, when it comes to dating and marriage. Um, One of the things I've seen is black women speaking about their relationship with black men and how their relationship haven't been good with black men. So they're choosing to date outside of their race because they see that men outside of their race have been treating them better. And they kind of put black men, all black men, into one category. I have dated outside of my race, and in those relationships, for the most part, they have been good. And I also dated within my race. The first time I ever been called out of my name was by a black man. The first time I ever had someone physically, mentally, and emotionally abuse me, it had been by a black man. But would I say I would never date another black man because of those men that I have dated that have done that to me? No, because it would be wrong for me to put every black man in the same category because I have not met every black man and I have not dated every black man. And it would be naive of me to say just because of the men outside of my race that I have dated have been good to me, that if I only date those type of men, I would have a great relationship, because I know that's not going to be true. When you just look at people, regardless of their race, you find good in every race. There are good men in every race, as well as bad men in every race. So to just sit there and say just because of the men I dated treated me poorly as black men, that I would never date another black man, I would never do that. And I feel it goes the same way when it comes to black men dating black women and just categorizing all black women the same, because we're not. And so that's why I would never do that to a black man, and I would hope they would never do that to me based on who they have dated, because everyone is different. Like I said, it's good and bad regardless of any race that you get in, you decide to date. It all depends on the individual that you're actually dating, whether that person is going to be good to you or not. So that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on. And another thing I wanted to touch on is, as far as, like, I have had bad relationships, so I'm not giving any relationship advice. I know what I don't want in a relationship. And right now, I'm not in a relationship, and one day I would love to be married. One of the reasons I'm not in a relationship, because I understand, a lot of times it's easy to point at the other person and say this person is that way, that person, if that person changed. I wanted to also work on myself. I during the period of time I stopped dating, I lost weight. I seen a counselor. I'm doing everything I can do. So when I do get to the point where I am in a relationship and I do get to the point of becoming married, I'm walking in as a whole person, and I'm not bringing baggage, unnecessary baggage with me. I'm walking into a relationship as a whole person, and the person I'm with, I want them to be a whole person as well. So we can start building from that point of our relationship, and grow in the direction that we're headed in. I feel that a marriage, my opinion, is the type of marriage I want, I base it on biblical principles, because I am a Christian. You can call it a traditional marriage, or old fashioned, or whatever, but that's what I base it on. And one of the things I feel that one of the words that women have a hard time with is submission, that you should submit to your husband. Submitting is not giving up who you are as a person. Submitting is not giving up your power. And also, I do feel that the man should be the head of the household. The best way I can put it is like, because if you sit down and talk about this is where we're at now, and this is where we want our marriage to go and to grow, you have to have a plan. And I feel that both persons needs to be in agreement with that plan. So if you were to look at life as a road trip, and you're going on a journey, you're here, and then y'all both discuss this is where we're at and this is where we want to go. And so everything is planned out. These are the stops that we're going to make along the way. Both people cannot drive that car. Even though both people are capable of driving the car, both people cannot drive the car at the same time and be successful from getting from point A to point B. So being the head of the household, I feel that the man should drive, going on this destination of life. And as his wife, I am his helpmate. I am there to help him do things that he cannot do because of the position that he's in, which is the driver's seat. That does not take away from who I am as a woman. That does not take away from my abilities. That do not take away my voice in the relationship. I'm still the same person, bringing value to a relationship and being able to get us from where we're at to where we want to go. So if he needs me to look up direction because he's driving, I'm going to do that, no problem. If he needs me to, reach in the back seat to grab a drink, I'm going to do that, no problem, because that is my job and that is my position. And if he's getting ready to change lanes and, he can't see a car there because it's his dead spot, I'm going to look over there and say, hey, it's not time to get over there. Wait till this car passed, then you can go. So I'm just as valuable in this relationship as he is. Submitting does not mean less than. If you honestly think about it, if you're a woman and you work a 9-to-5 job, or you're working for a company, or you're working for someone else, in reality, you're actually submitting to them. Your boss is telling you what time to get up in the morning to be to work. You're submitting to what you want to do to fulfill that need that your boss have. Your boss is telling you what time you're going to eat lunch, what time you're going to go on your break, what days you can and cannot have off. Even if you put in a request to get a day off for next month, if that spot is filled, your boss is going to tell you, I'm sorry, you can't get that day off. So all that is submission to a boss, to a job. But you don't want to submit to your husband, a person that you're saying you love, a person that you done made a commitment with, a person that you walk down the aisle with. Why is submission to your husband hard, but submission to a boss is easy? And then 9 times out of 10, you don't like the job anyway. So you're doing all this submitting. You can't go, you might not be able to go to your kids, something that's going on with your kids at school, because you're saying, no, I can't take off, I have to be to work. You might not be able to go to an after school program because I gotta be to work. So all these things you are submitting to this company that's really not giving you anything in return other than a paycheck. And if they no longer need you, you're gone. But you're willingly submitting to them. And 9 times out of 10, it may be complaints, but it may not be complaints, but it's submission, regardless of any way you look at it, it's submission. So why shouldn't submitting to a person that you love be easier without any heartache, without any fighting? As long as you're choosing the right man to submit to. Every man isn't worthy to submit to. So if you're submitting to a man that's not worthy, then you need to rethink your selection of a man that you're with. But that is how I see submitting. That it's not a power struggle. I will still be powerful within the relationship, and that will be known going into the relationship. It's a compromise. It's a working together in order for us to get from point A to point B. If we're constantly fighting along the way, we might not make it there. If we're constantly arguing about little petty things that doesn't matter, we might not make it there. So for the success of the unity, the success of the marriage, submission has to be done, but submission is done on both parts, because the man also has to submit to you as another person in his life. He's also going to have to consider your needs, your wants, your desire. Submission isn't just one way. Submission is both ways. So, like I said, my take is a biblical standpoint. Also, in the description box, I will leave a verse from the Bible that speaks about submission. And that's what I just want to touch on today. I don't feel that men and women should be at odds with each other. I don't feel they should be fighting with each other. I don't like seeing that when I see these videos. I don't like seeing black men put down black women, and I don't like black women putting down black men. I just don't like that. I feel that we can work together for the success of a relationship, a union, a friendship, or whatever. So that's just my opinion, my view, and I just wanted to share that with you. I know everyone's not going to agree with me, and I do understand that, and that's fine. I'm okay with it, but I just wanted to say that. Thank you for taking your time to watch the video, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.